Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Sophia and I love reading books. As per tradition for apparently every video since the start of this year, my hair. I was going for effortless blowout and for some reason it didn't quite connect in my mind that finger coiling my hair while it was still warm and pinning it in place for several hours would result in this. We are giving Dolly Parton today and I don't think I have an issue with that. It's just a lot. But onto the topic of today's video. It is a new month, which means we are going to be choosing out my TBR for the month of March. March is my birthday month, so I'm very excited for the month ahead. If you don't know how my TBR jar videos work, I have a jar full of probably like 50 random prompts, which I'm going to pick out 8 of them, and that is going to lead me to choosing 8 random books off of my bookshelves. And if you don't know what TBR stands for or what it stands for to be read, and it's essentially just a bunch of books that I want to read, and in this case it's a bunch of books that I want to read in March. So let's get right into it. I have a few on the top from last month that aren't folded up properly, so we're just gonna fix them. Exhibit A. Alrighty, book number 1. I have a few books that are sort of like on my radar that I want to get to this month. I honestly haven't had a single thought about a book for like 2 weeks, so I don't know what we're gonna end up with. There's like 1 or 2 that I want to get on my TBR, but otherwise mind is blank. All right, this one, complete with a dog hair. If I can open it. Oh, okay. We are starting off strong with an OG book talk book you haven't read yet. I'm just gonna strain you a little bit. An OG book talk book that I haven't read yet. I'm gonna try and pick off of my shelves. Either I've read a lot of them or I just don't have them on my shelves. We could do Darling Venom by Parker S. Huntington. I feel like that's a bit more of a, maybe not a super popular OG book talk book, but definitely an OG. I just spoke to you in complete internet terminology. I'm really sorry. How old is OG is the question. It's open to interpretation. How far am I bending the rules today is what I'm asking. Where's my senses leading me? We could do Lights Out. I feel like it has definitely had a more recent jump in popularity though, so I don't know that it fits the OG definition. 2024. I'm looking at Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson, and I'm also looking at the Book of Azrael, and I'm also sort of looking at Powerless because one of my friends wanted book recommendations with like not a lot of spice, so I went to YA and recommended her Powerless, not that I've read it, and The Cruel Prince, again, not that I've read it. I could read The Cruel Prince. Oh, I'm on a bit of a no buy at the moment though. Let me see how much the paperback is. No, I shouldn't. I'm really trying to save money this month. I'm not the biggest fan of urban fantasy, so I think I'm gonna stay away from the Book of Azrael. But I've also heard Dance of Thieves is just a real slow burn and a bit of a drag. And it's also YA, so I'm like, not that I have anything against YA, it's just not my preferred genre. I would throw The Spanish Love Deception in there because I feel like that is the OG of OGest book talk books, but I know I'm not gonna read it. I feel like we do Dance of Thieves. Right, so here she is. The only thing I know about this book, it's like a one-horse scene. A formidable outlaw family that claims to be the first among nations, a son destined to lead, thrust into power. 3 fierce young women of the Rattan, the Queen's premier guard. Ooh, okay. We love a powerful woman. A legendary street thief leading a mission determined to prove herself, and a dark secret that threatens the entire continent. Look, it does sound really good, but I've heard not great things. But I think I heard those not great things from someone who I don't have like a similar book taste to, so maybe I'll like it. Oh my god. Oh, that is beautiful. I love that the maps take up the entire 2-page spread instead of like having borders and stuff. I guess it's going on the TBR. It took us 10 minutes to settle on the first book, which is going to be Dance of Thieves. Okay, book number 2. Low-key, I'm in a little bit of a dark romance era at the moment. I'm reading Sin and Redemption by Cora Riley still, and I'm not loving it, but it's getting me back in that kind of mafia, kind of underworld sort of vibe. Oh, okay, this is exciting. This one says, a book by an author you've never read from before. Our opportunities with this prompt are truly endless. I could read Lights Out by Nevessa Allen, but something that's calling to me a little bit more is Blood and Steel by Helen Schurer. I had Iron and Embers on my TBR last month, but I came to the conclusion that I want to start from the beginning, the origin series, if you will. So Iron and Embers is the one I'm really excited for, but Blood and Steel sounds pretty freaking good as well. So I'm pretty sure it has a little bit of a war college kind of aspect to it. I am actually gonna have to look at the blurb. The amount of times that I've explained the blurb of this book on this channel. But it is on Kindle Unlimited, which I know we've got a bit of a funny relationship with Kindle at the moment. I don't know what to do about it because I bought a Kindle, but ugh. Okay, her death's been foretold and she has 3 years, I'm pretty sure, to become this like warrior, legendary gal. And now she is racing against the clock to secure a place in the elite guild, charged with the protection of the 5 kingdoms. Looks like she'll be at some sort of war college to train up for this position, which is where she meets Wilder Hawthorne, who is a warrior chaperone. Why do I never remember that bit? Wait, I love a good, like, not damsel in distress, but like, oh, a chaperone with a little forbidden element. Will Althea pass the perilous initiation test and take her place as a champion of Thesma, or will the invading evil snatch away her dream before it starts? So I've heard some people say that this series is a little bit on the spicier end of adult fantasy, I guess. Which, look, I love a good bit of spice. If they get together in the first book and the entire series is just about them though, I might be a bit put off, but I also don't know if it's all about them or if it's companion novels. I don't know. So I'm gonna read Blood and Steel regardless. I'm going in slightly blind, but there's a good bit of fun in that. So I'm gonna chuck Blood and Steel on my TBR. Book number 3. I feel like I'm really getting to the bottom of the jar today, which is very good. Oh, okay, fun. A book starting with a random letter. It, of course, wouldn't be one of my TBR videos without a random generated prompt of some description. So let's pull up the random prompt generator, not the random prompt, the random letter generator. Oh, my internet is always horrendous when I try to film these. Come on, Q, B. I feel like B is a tricky letter for a book title. This is a gladiator kind of romance-y situation. I have not heard fantastic things. I was so excited when I found out that it was coming out because I had just like watched the second Gladiator, I think, or I was getting hyped for the second Gladiator, which I wasn't the biggest fan, to be honest. Kind of all of that hype made me really excited for this book. Since I've not heard much, which is a little bit disappointing, but I'm still open to giving it a go. Everything in the Kingdom of Arrow is a lie. Leith of Grey thought he had nothing to lose, that fighting in the gladiator arena was his last best chance to save his dying sister. Okay, character motivations. He was wrong and they took everything. His hope, his freedom, his very humanity. All Leith has left is his battle-scarred, rage-fueled body. Then Leith meets Maeve, an elven royal who is everything he despises until the alluring princess offers him the one thing he needs most, a way out. But in a kingdom built on secrets and lies, hope doesn't come cheap, nor will his ultimate revenge. Starts with B. I put Bourbon and Lies on my TBR and finally finish it. It's probably not gonna happen. I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna go for Bloodguard. I'm gonna give this book a shot. Who knows? I might love it. We'll see. Maybe with the way things are shaping up, we'll have to do another little fantasy reading vlog. Okay, prompt number 4. Oh, I had a lot of trouble with this one last time. Okay, this prompt says to choose a book by my favorite author. So the last time that I pulled that prompt out of the jar, I had a lot of trouble with it because I'm going through a bit of a rough patch with my favorite author. My favorite author, I think, is Cora Riley, but I haven't liked her past 4 to 5 books, like her new releases, so I'm not entirely sure that she is my favorite. I don't know why I just I'm not entirely sure that she is my favorite author anymore. Honestly, I'm a little bit tempted to say J.D. Evans is one of my new faves. I adore Rain and Ruin so much. Absolutely my favorite book of the year so far. I'm a little bit tempted to put the second book in that series on my TBR. Like, I have, you can see down here, I have almost Cora Riley's entire backlist. I could go back and reread one of my favourites from her, to be fair. I was thinking about that the other day. Here we have Storm and Shield, which is the second book in the Mages of the Whale series. Oh my god, I adored Rain and Ruin so much. Both just such strong characters. Someone's brakes need replacing. Both just such strong characters, like, oh my god. The political intrigue in Rain and Ruin was insane. Like, the romance definitely felt like a subplot to the main story, which is not something that I've like read a whole lot of because, as you can see, very much a romance author. very much a romance reader, but actually getting to experience that in the first book was so much fun, and I really actually got very, very invested in it. So this one follows, I'm fairly certain, like her war. In the first book we had kind of the like queen and like the second in command of a different place, okay? They came together and like united and whatever. In this one I'm pretty sure we have the queen's war general, and he is a big cinnamon roll with like a tough exterior, so I'm so excited to read about him. And I'm fairly certain his love interest is someone that we may not have met yet, and she's a spy, which is very, very exciting. I don't think I've actually read the blurb. She is lightning and storm, a spy driven out of her home by a tyrant ruler. He is granite and earth, a guard ordered to keep her contained. Another thing about this series, it has elemental magic, which is why it's giving like storm, lightning, granite and earth. To protect herself and her family, she's learned to go unnoticed, unseen, suddenly a refugee in a land that once was enemy and now must be home. She isn't certain where she belongs or what her duty is beyond her family. She can't protect them alone this time, but the only man who can help her is the only one she cannot ask. He's sworn his loyalty to the Sultana, which is like the queen. It's set in the Middle East. I believe it's more specifically in Turkey. Loyalty to the Sultana since she lifted him out of the gutter that made him. The arrival of a foreign spy loyal to the new prince makes him question himself and his orders, and his mistakes threaten the life of the ruler he swore to serve. War will force choices of them both. She to remain a spy or stand and lend her powerful untamed magic to the Sultana of Tamar. He to remain a loyal unquestioning guard or learn to trust his instincts and his heart. They are magic in opposition, earth and sky, steady and mutual, one immovable as stone, the other fast as the wind. Balance sometimes is chaos. He needed the storm and wildness of her. He needed the way she broke him apart. Oh my god, I need to read this book right now. They're on Kindle Unlimited once again. Again, don't know where we stand with Kindle right now, but I'm so excited for this book. Oh my god, probably gonna start it as soon as I finish, eventually, Sin and Redemption. And that is the 4th fantasy book on my TBR. I would just love some dark mafia romance right now, just an easy little read. Book number 5. This one is folded up very tight. Oh my god, I forgot that I put this prompt in like ages ago. This one says, yeehaw, a cowboy romance. Low-key, I've not been in the mood for a cowboy romance recently. What I'm looking at is Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage. I wasn't the biggest fan of Done and Dusted. I could see that like some aspects were done well, but others I had big problems with. I'm a little bit interested to see if Lila Sage redeems herself with Swift and Saddled. This one is a little bit less interesting sounding to me. I'm pretty sure it is like I haven't read a cowboy romance in ages and I've forgotten all the terminology. Top dog, the top dog, okay, of the ranch is like renovating some aspects of it, and he's trying to turn like some old buildings into an Airbnb, I'm pretty sure, and so he enlists her help because she's an interior designer. Oh, after the disaster that was her marriage, Ada has clawed her way up from rock bottom. Now that's interesting. I think I'm gonna chuck Swift and Saddled on my TBR. I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about it, but it's a quick little read. Hopefully will be a little bit of a palette cleanser between the 4 fantasy books that I have on my TBR. Book number 6. Have a look. Oh, one fell in my lap. Let's do that one. Oh, she's a skinny one. Oh my god. This prompt says to use a random color generator. Because of course we're gonna have 2 random generators in this video. Let's have a look. Or maybe I can just click on it with you. That's kind of fun. Okay. If I had the 3rd book in the ACOTAR series, I would choose that, but I don't. I've also read Say You Swear, which sort of matches it. Okay, we're gonna go again. Oh, that's a pretty like light pink. I've read all of those pink books. How like accurate to the color are we being? Let's go again. Oh, okay. We can work with that. Okay, we can do. I feel like I'm looking for reception. I feel like, right? That's pretty freaking spot on. I think I'm gonna do Lights Out. That's like the same color. I see you, random color generator. We're gonna be picking up Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. I feel like I may have gotten the audiobook to this one, but I can't quite remember. If I have, I'll be listening to the audiobook because I've heard some snippets and it sounds just hilarious. I feel like the humor in this book will be hit or miss for me, but maybe listening to the audiobook might make it a bit more of a hit because it just has such a like unserious tone, or the voice actors take on such an unserious tone that it's kind of funny. Trauma nurse Ali escapes her hard-working days by thirsting after masked men online. To her, nothing could top the fantasy of her favourite tattooed and masked man hunting her down, but she never could have guessed that one drunken text would turn those dreams into reality. Josh has spent his life avoiding the limelight, but his online persona is another story. At night, he posts masked thirst traps for his millions of fans until one follower catches his eye. Ali. Together, Ali and Josh live out their darkest fantasies, unaware that Ali has captured the attention of someone with far more sinister intentions. As Josh turns from predator to protector, he must ask himself how far he'll go for the woman he can't live without. This plot is ridiculous, but I am gonna rate it, and I'm probably gonna eat it up. So, lights out. It's going on the TBR, and yes, I will be. In fact, it's even hinted at on the cover. I will be imagining Ghost from Call of Duty. I will take no questions at this time, thank you. Book number 7. I would love a mafia romance. Oh my god, no pressure. Okay, this prompt says to choose a book that I think will be a 5-star. See, now I would have chosen Storm and Shield, but it's already on my TBR. Maybe I'm a little bit jaded, but I don't think any book is going to be 5 stars except for Storm and Shield. I did see this book recently, and I am going to have to get my Kindle. It's called like, actually no I don't, because I put it on my Goodreads. It's called like House of Bane and Blood or something, and it's I feel like it's an early 1900s, early 20th century. Scraping the depths of my mind for my history lessons during school. It's a kind of Peaky Blinders sort of magic fantasy moment called House of Bane and Blood by Alexis L. Menard. It's the first book in the Order and Chaos series. I don't know a whole lot about what it's about because I saw Liv Baker here on YouTube read it in one of her like little daily weekly vlogs, and she didn't love it. But I think the environment of... Why am I putting another fantasy on my... Anyway, I think the environment of Peaky Blinders meets magic could be so fun. Camilla Marquez is doing all she can to keep her family's syndicate, the Iron Saint Railway, from slipping into bankruptcy when the gorgeous and depraved Nikolai Etano, the leader of her rival family, offers to pay off the inspector in exchange for her hand. She has no choice but to give up not only her throne, but her name. Nico has his own... It's giving mafia as well, kind of. Nico has his own motivations for their union beyond maintaining peace with her family. A serial kidnapper known as the Collector has been ravaging the streets of Remnant Row. Remnant Row, okay? Stirring up mistrust between natives and descendants. If Miller can help restore safety to his streets, he'll have no need for her or her family's company. Find the Collector, prevent a war between their sides of the city, and pay off the family debt before she turns 21. If Miller can fulfill her... Why do I feel like I'm doing a dramatic reading of this story? If Miller can fulfill her end of the bargain, she'll walk away with more freedom than she's ever had before. But this deal plunges Miller into the city's dark underbelly where remnant magic and arcane science compete in a deadly game of depravity. When forbidden feelings for her new husband and dark family secrets come to light, Miller must discover the truth about her past before it gets them both killed or worse, collected. Peaky Blinders meets the magic system of the Grishaverse in this rivals to lovers adult fantasy romance. It's going on my TBR. That's all you need to know. I'm in my fantasy era. What do you want? What do you want? Book at number 8. Please just give me a mafia romance. Oh, this doesn't look like a mafia. Okay, this prompt says to treat yourself, in brackets, buy a new book. I am on a little bit of a no buy at the moment, so much so that I deleted Amazon and Depop off my phone. I still have them on my computer. So, let's investigate, shall we? Okay, where's my wish list? Ooh! Break the Rules by Lauren Jackson is a National Rugby League NRL romance, which is the sport in Australia that I follow, that I get really invested in. Wait, I should take this opportunity to buy a mafia romance. I should do that. Wait, no. Treat myself. So I ideally want to buy a book that's not on Kindle Unlimited, but I've just seen Leave Me Behind by K.M. Moranova, like dark military romance. Nell Gallows is the sole survivor in elite Dark Forces squad riot. After a detrimental attack 2 years ago, unsurprisingly, she's put up as the top candidate for the Special Ops Team Malum. I can't take Malum seriously. I was a big 5 Seconds of Summer fan when I was younger. So Malum is the ship name for Michael and Callum, and I I don't think I can take that seriously. I understand it's Latin for something, but I can't take it seriously. The squad that goes where no one else will or can, as did Michael and Captain. I'm just kidding. There's only one problem. Malin blames their one casualty from the Patagonia mission on the riot squad. So what is she to do when she finds herself on a plane to California and on her way to a sure death sentence, a one-night stand? At least that's all it was supposed to be. One last night to be free, only she finds out too late that the dark and mysterious man she solely wanted to fling she solely wanted as a fling is not only her new comrade, but also the one that she dreaded meeting most, her immediate superior and untouchable devil in the field, Bones. Again, all I can think of with Bones is Bones from Star Trek. But most of all, he hates her, and he makes sure she knows it, and yet she finds herself unwilling to leave her side when he's unable to get to the evac point when their mission goes awry. She stays behind with the devil and the secrets he keeps. They only have one another to trust when no faith is left. See, it's on Kindle Unlimited. So can I treat myself to a Kindle Unlimited book? I just download it and consider it my treat. I'll buy it if I like it. If this truly is a dark romance and goes to those dark depths, I'll probably really enjoy it. It goes there. Apparently, we've got gore, we have dubious and non-consent, we have a bully romance, we have a pain and blood kink. Number 1 most gifted in military thrillers. And you better get it. I'm gonna treat myself to the Kindle Unlimited version of this book, and if I like it, I'll buy the paperback, which seems financially smart, even if it doesn't quite fit the prompt. But there's no books at the minute that I actually really want to own the physical version of, so this seems like an adequate conclusion. But I'm gonna chuck Leave Me Behind by K.M. Moronova on my TBR. My TBR this month is packed and stacked with lots of good books, but also lots of fantasy. So I'm going to be hopefully having a very, very, very busy reading month. Let me know down below if you guys have read any of these books, because I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. I would love to be a little bit influenced to hopefully pick them up by you. If you love them, if you hated them, let me know all about it. I want to hear it. And yeah, so there we have all the books that I'm going to be hopefully reading in March, my birthday month. I'm so excited. Like, the only thing I want for my birthday is Baldur's Gate 3. I've been hyperfixating on like YouTube videos on that game. It's like the only thing I want right now. My birthday's not till the end of the month, so 2/3 of the way through the month. It's the 19th, so hopefully we're gonna get through a decent chunk of books before I get swept up in Baldur's Gate 3. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, because I would love to have you here. I would love to have you join this little community where we chat shit about books. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me once again, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!